because we are not many in Europe. You might see it, but we are not so many in
Okay.
Europe. I think the Ghanaian community in Europe, it's less than 300,000, if I'm not lying. So why do you say someone is racist because they said they can't speak English and they use the word no, I can't?
Abusia tie nyabotre entwem tie oti Germany oti Germany ene me were good news be edimao what buy fan send wave money transfer sa app no ya edim Ghana ni ene di buy na sa app we abusia se we dey send sika ho over advantages bebree and one a year very reliable. Two, all the send sika 1 minute na sika na do bibia wo send obetnya send na mobile money obetnya bank transfer afi oh register app no so very simple omo hia details bebree bia omo nya complicated we simple na we wie ta enti se opese wo send sika ho call app store phone bi o isi bia smart ya use internet bia so bia no call app store na type send wave money transfer obehu yellow bi saa na why dey what download it o download na wa register na wo register me part be bretie on be a small as any party bi da ya do ni party kakre kitu bi da ho no press so press so be say promo code na the medin aisha ho Evans 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 o dey fa sha ho o dey sha ho dey check your account mo say the 10 euro there am free 10 euro na dem say ta after 10 euro no enya no nko o san send sika ho o send sika sharp onchi ahwe zero fee onchi ahwe achie no nso na ebisia sika no send ya pa na edu enti no ebisia o pese o send sika ko Ghana bia na ma nda wakoma so ya diem send wave money transfer bomodin na isi sa app we ya diem use na ebisia medamwase na menstramo bye bye.
Links Podcast, another beautiful episode here with my beautiful wife.
Hello.
Hi. Tonight we're going to talk about what's like being a black man in Germany. That's the topic for tonight. So I know we have a lot to talk about tonight, right?
Yeah.
Good. Tonight is not about me or anything personally. It's about being a black man or a black person in Germany. You know, the experiences and the misconceptions about what we sometimes think about other people, you know, is what we want to talk about today. Which basically going to be a bit about racism, you know, but that is the conception every time when we talk about being a black person in Europe or in Germany, how we feel in the system and how the system helps us and doesn't help us, you know. So that's what we want to talk about tonight.
So, yeah, how was your experience like to work here with German people or?
Yeah, I think we should take it step by time. You know, we will talk about the working experience, you know, at the workplace. We can talk about transportation, as in, you know, using the transportation.
Okay.
You know, going out to, you know, out to the city center, to parties, you know, in the German community. You know, I think we should look at these topics to see the experiences, how we feel or how one feel as a black person in the mix of a lot of white people, the reactions, you know, the experiences. You know, one thing I realized is when you go out, you would think like there are a lot of black people, you know, you would think like this, but when you go out, especially to a community, being in it's a wedding, at workplace, or you know, an engagement place, you know, you don't see a lot of black people. Maybe if you're lucky, you see one or two, you know.
You mean in Germany or here in the city?
No, in Germany, I mean, in general.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, no matter where you go. Maybe apart from the city where you see few black people, you know, when you go to party. Sometimes I go to places and I turn out to be the only black person there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens sometimes, you know. And okay, imagine the last time we went to Düsseldorf, you know,
Yeah.
at the point I thought I was the only black person, and then one person came to join me. So it's always like this. You see a lot of people, but you know, not all of them go out. You know,
I think it depends on the city.
yeah. Well, you might say, but if you go to an event, then you basically don't see a lot of black people, unless it's an African event or an Afro event. Then you see a lot of black people there.
And
you know,
why? Why is it like this?
because we are not many in Europe. You might see it like that, but we are not so many in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Ghanaian
in-
community in Europe, it's less than 300,000, if I'm not lying.
Okay.
So
But
you
in
see.
the Netherlands, it's more.
Yeah, Netherlands is more. Yeah, Netherlands is more. But you know, I want to focus more on the experiences here. You know, so have you ever worked with a black person? You know, at work?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, of course, with few people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just Germans, Turkish people, like mixed.
Yeah. And okay, so the conception about a black person, right? You know, experience at work. Me, my experience as a black person at work, you know, that's when I was a bit newer in Germany. I always want to look at the facial expression of the people to judge them, you know, because sometimes I feel like I'm a bit isolated, I'm a bit alone there, you know, being the only black person. Then I always want to look at the facial expression of the people. Sometimes, you know, they are not so friendly. And then you would think, maybe they are racist. But
Do you think they treat you different?
well, it has to do with the mentality that you carry, the mentality that one carries. You know, sometimes you might think, maybe this one is treating you differently, but that is just not the case. You know, maybe it's their lifestyle. You know,
I think sometimes, I also think they are racist sometimes, but
Yeah.
sometimes they are just, how can I say, not scared of
maybe
you,
they are
that you would
cold
do
people
something.
or something.
Yeah, they can't talk to you. They can't make the first step. And if they see that, oh, he's nice, then they give you a smile at least.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You know, I mean, at work sometimes, you know, some people just come to work. Maybe coming to work, they are stressed already, you know, and they don't even have the time to talk. Or, you know, they have stress from their house with their partners and all this before coming to work, and they don't even have the strength to communicate with you. They just want to focus on their work and all that. But you know, we the Africans sometimes we judge them by their facial expression, maybe because they are not friendly.
Okay, now I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. Have you experienced something like
Yeah,
this?
of course.
Okay. Yeah. So you
Like
know.
when you're in the train and somebody is coming to check your ticket,
Yeah.
and then they act like, yeah, why me? Why are you coming to me? Why are you
Yeah.
checking my ticket just
Yeah.
because I'm black?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about here. You know, sometimes the conception of it like this. So, I mean, at work, with my experience, it wasn't so much. You know, for me, I'm not so much of a talkative. So I even rather prefer you don't come to talk to me, you know, because I'm in a country where I don't even speak so much of the language. So why should I bother you coming to talk to me to stress me?
But
You know?
but babe, this is your work. You work more physically,
Yeah.
and I was always more in the office. So it's different. You have to talk. You can't sit there like 6 or 8 hours without
Yeah.
talking.
Well, you're right. You're right. But I want to focus more on my work than talking. Maybe on break time sometimes. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
How are you? Where do you come from? Some people come to you. But the conception that we always think that a lot of them are, I mean, that most of them are racist. I think it's totally wrong because not all of them are racist. Some of them are actually not friendly people, you know, but we tend to judge them that they are racist people, you know.
So you think they are not friendly, but if a German person would go there, they will also not be friendly to this person.
You know, it's
They're
also
just not friendly people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can be friendly to a German person. One of the experiences I realized is that sometimes if you don't also speak the language well, they find it difficult to communicate with you because most of the people they don't speak English. You know, so when a German is communicating with a German person, they enjoy the conversation because whatever they say to each other, they understand. You know, so the communication flows. But when a German who doesn't or an European who doesn't speak English coming to talk to you,
Do you know what I heard so many times from my friends? They were complaining about the about the German people. They said, "Yeah, he's racist. He's racist." I said, "Why?" Yeah, I talked to him, and then he said, "I can't speak English," but he said it in English, so he's a racist. I said, "But I can say that I can't speak the language in so many languages."
yeah,
Yeah, but it doesn't
yeah.
mean that that I'm racist because I can't speak the language.
Exactly. So why do you say someone is racist because they said they can't speak English and they use the word no, I can't. So it means
Yeah,
that,
if they say no or
yeah,
something.
but no,
These are
no,
basic
yeah,
words.
basic
Yeah.
words that everybody can actually
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
So it's always like this when you have the thought in your head already that, oh, this person is racist. Then it comes to this way that you feel like, yeah, just because he said no, then that means the person is racist. But the question you should ask yourself is, back from where you come from, or back to where you come from, has anybody never said no to you before? When you ask them something, does that make them racist?
Yeah, but I understand because even me, when I'm going somewhere, and I was born here, most of the time, if they don't treat you nice, then you think everybody is like this.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that we have the conception like, because maybe one person was not nice to you, then you think, everybody's racist.
I don't think it's because of one person. I think it's because it's like maybe 6 or 7 of 10.
Okay.
Then the rest, like the rest 3 people, you think like,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so I met someone in Hamburg before. Then I was even new in Germany, Hamburg train station. You know, when you are new, always the train station, you have to look for the address and all these things. And then I went to him. I said, "Hi, can you help me?" He said, "No." Does this? At that instant, I thought he's racist.
Yeah.
You know, because he said no to me. He might be racist.
Yeah.
But I can't basically judge him because he said no. But at that instant, I judged him. I said, in my head, I said he's racist.
I would think the same.
Exactly. But then, way back some time ago, I was in South Africa. And then I tried to ask for direction, and he told me, "Fuck off." So, what difference does it make?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So, some people, I mean, you walking out there, you don't know what people are going through, right? And maybe that person he's married to a black person you might not even know. Or he has a black, friend or sister who is married to a black person, you might never even know. But at that moment, you might not even know what the person is going through. You know, for the fact that the person said to you no, it doesn't mean that the person is racist. You know, some people are naturally not friendly.
But I can't imagine that so many people are not friendly
Yeah,
because I think I would never say just no or go or fuck off. I would never say this.
Yeah, but this is
Then at least I would say, sorry, I don't have time.
You're right.
Yeah.
But even if you said sorry, you don't have time, somebody thinks you are racist.
Okay.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take it from work and then we go to like transport, being in the train where people travel to long distances and short distances, you know. People always have these experiences with I used to watch videos, yeah? And there was this conception that when you sit down, and white people don't like to sit closer to you as a black person. So, yeah, I've seen videos where people sit down and say, "Yeah, today I will put my feet on the seat because I know nobody will come and sit beside me, and of course nobody sits beside them." I've seen it a couple of times, and I've experienced it also before, and I always think, is it a case of racism? You know, I always think like this. But most of the people, the videos I've watched, they always think also that they always say that it is racism because nobody wants to sit beside them. You know, but after some time, I've also realized that when I take the train, yeah, I don't want to sit closer to anyone when there's a free seat somewhere. And everybody who goes to the train wants to look at where there's a free seat they can sit and have their freedom. You know.
But does it have a reason for you?
For me, I just want to feel more comfortable when I sit alone in the train. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know where the racism is here, but there could be a bit of racism also, because I really can't fathom why, you know, or why somebody's passing you feel like maybe the person is supposed to sit beside you, and the fact that they don't sit beside you makes them racist.
I think, I don't want to sound mean, but
Yeah.
I think if I would sit in a train, as long as the person is not smelling bad, for me, it doesn't matter if he sit beside me or not. But if the person is smelling bad, and this is happening like so many times here,
Yeah, but I think we are talking about racism here.
Yeah.
So I want us to be based on racism. That's why I'm asking. Like, if you sit in a train alone and you see a lot of Germans sitting in different places and nobody sit beside you, I mean, to you, I think it's normal, right?
yeah.
But to us black people,
They are not social people. They
Yes.
don't even like each other.
Each other,
They
yeah.
don't. They would never sit somewhere and just
Yes,
start to
communicate.
talk and yeah.
good. But that's the problem, that people think that it is racism when they sit in a train and they sit alone and nobody sit around them. Then they think, they are racist people. I don't know. Maybe they might be, but you know, is there a connection to this? That, I mean, those people watching should also, you know, probably say something under the comment section if they feel like, or they've experienced things like that before, that we can all understand. Because for me, I think if I sit in a train and nobody comes to sit closer to me, I don't really care.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it doesn't really matter. You know, there are instances where people do these things all the time. You know, and then another point also is, or another topic is offices. You know, when black people go to offices, one thing I've realized that most of the government offices here, they are racist. You know,
Yeah.
they are racist. Let's be honest, they are racist.
Yeah.
When you go, the way they
Yeah.
talk to you, sometimes there's a little favor they don't want to do to you for you.
But
And
to
we-
all the foreigners, so do you think they are racist or they are discriminating
Yeah, that's where I'm
the
coming.
foreigner?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to. And we black people, we easily feel racism. I don't know why, but we always feel like somebody's racist when they don't want to help us or when they don't want to do something for us. This is the problem. And okay, I've realized that if you speak German and you go to office, one thing I've studied here, no matter your color, once you speak the language, they are nice to you and they will help you. I mean, the typical racist ones will still be a bit resistant. They will not want to do it instantly. They will try to stress you a bit. But majority of them, the moment you speak that language, I don't know that about the German language. If you speak it, it touches them, and then they want to do something for you. But my experience, or what I've seen about we black people is in Germany, is when we go to the offices, we don't speak the language. You know, so even when you go, the person says, "Nah, I don't speak English," then we think they are racist. Or sometimes also the laws. You know, we don't understand the laws. We don't read it. So when a person says, "No, this is not possible," no, it's possible.
Yeah.
He didn't do it because he's racist.
Yeah.
You know, these are some of the things I've noticed. You know, in the African community, that whenever they go out there to all these offices, and then they sometimes they even go late.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah. And then when they said, "No, you can't enter," then the people are racist. I mean, I also experienced this before. I was supposed to go to courts, and then I was late. It wasn't entirely my fault, but at the end of the day, I realized after some time that it was entirely my fault, because either raining or shining, if you have an appointment, you have to, first of all, you have to check the weather. You see, is it going to rain? Secondly, you have to check your transport that is coming, that I have to take a bus there. What time is the bus coming? So, you know, that excuse of, it's rain. It's something that is around all African people, you know, when...
But why?
I don't know.
I heard it so many times. I
it's
didn't
raining.
go to
I
work. It
can't
was
come.
raining. Yeah.
I can't come because of
Yeah.
the weather. And here, I mean, that day when I got to court, the court was already closed. And then I said, And in my head, I said, yeah, they are racist people. Yeah, they are racist people. Yeah. They didn't see that it rained. I don't have any way. How can I get here? But after some time, I thought about it
But
and then I laughed.
sometimes
Yeah.
you're still like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody told me that it will rain.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, everybody can have a bit of excuse, But basing it on the fact that you claim the person is racist is where we are focusing on right now. Like, I actually thought at that moment that they are racist people, right? But then after I realized, okay, why did I even say they are racist? First of all, they gave me time. The letter came 1 month ago. I didn't check. I didn't even care. And then on that same day is when I was looking for the address. On that same day, it rained. I didn't even check the weather. So I think living here, you must always be proactive towards everything. You must take it serious. That is when you wake up, you have to check the weather. You have to check. If you use train, then you have to check, is the train coming? Is there going to be a problem with the train? Maybe they are working on the railway. Do I have to use the bus? These are some of the most important things, because if you don't focus on it, then you always have problem, and then you always blame it on somebody that's racism. But then it is yourself, And so I think you've also worked at the office before. So have you worked with like black people in the office before? Do you have any experiences, with them that not you directly, or seen some of the experiences about their behavior, attitude towards work, and they think, this is racist or this is not racist?
Yeah, I can tell you one story. There was somebody. Her father her father was coming from Ghana, and he wanted her to study.
Yeah.
But she didn't do it, and I said, why? And she said, yeah, because everybody is racist. They will not let me study.
Okay.
And I said, hey, but here are so many people.
Too many black people studying.
Yeah.
But she in her head think that.
I think it was an excuse.
Yeah, but then
because she was lazy.
Okay, but nowadays she's using the word racism.
Yeah.
Thinking that because they didn't allow me to work, so that people are racist.
She was lazy, and she always used this like
as an excuse.
Yeah.
It's very, very common. I remember one time also, we booked a date for somebody to go for an interview, and then he got there late, very late, and then he was blaming the people in the office, saying, they are racist people. They didn't do it for me. But how are they racist when they told you that come 9 o'clock, we are coming 9:30? I'm not saying that there's no racism in Germany. Of course, there are a lot of racists in Germany. But as much as there are a lot of racists, there are also a lot of nice people. And then also, I think if you do the right thing, sometimes even the law blocks them for being, they could be racist, maybe facially.
Too many laws.
That's what I'm saying. So if you are on time, sometimes the law even blocks them, that they can't even show that racist thing to you, because they have to do it by force, because the law requires them to do it. You understand? But of course, if you are late, I'm sure they could favor you. Maybe they are not even busy. But if that person is racist and you are late, definitely. So I think being a black person in Germany, there's a lot of misconceptions that we carry, about all these things, the experiences that we have here, and then we always think that, this one is racist, this one is racist, it's really not easy. Like, if you go to the shop, you're going to buy something, right? Sometimes we try to look in the face of the people. Is this one friendly? Is this one not friendly? Is this one racist? But to be honest, if you go to shop and somebody is racist, how are you going to know by looking at the person's face? Facial expression. Yeah. I mean, all people can't be friendly to you. You can't think that all the people have to be friendly to you. So if the person is focusing on his thing, you should also focus on your business. I mean, the reason why you are there. I think that is the most important thing.
What if they are following you in the shop? Because this happened to me. The woman who was working there, she thought I want to steal something. She thought I can't afford these things there.
Yeah. This is where the racism comes in, I've also experienced it before, that I was being followed, But then I realized that this is racism, because, there are a lot of people there. Why are you following me? Why me? Why are you following me? Why
And
me?
they don't even ask, do you need anything?
Yes. It's the same thing when you sit in a train. When they are controlling, they are supposed to control, and then the control walks directly to you, the black guy, to ask you for a ticket. Then this is wrong. Then this is the typical racism because it's by law.
Yeah, but then it's
one after
obvious.
the other. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes
Yeah.
you don't know, like 50-50.
Yeah, sometimes too, it might be a reason why they are coming to you. Maybe somebody called. Maybe somebody called, so you might also always know the reason why. There's always a reason. But one thing I've noticed, there's always a reason. Because there was one time a control stopped me, to check my ticket, and he wasted maybe 20 minutes of my time, which is not normal. Because he was just supposed to just write it for me to go. But he heard me, and my ticket was correct. It was not wrong. But he heard me, and then I asked, what is the problem? Why all this up and down, hula baloo? And then he said, yeah. Do you know why? Because your ticket, the person who wrote the ticket made a mistake on it.
Ah, okay.
Then it's a long time, but the person made a mistake from the office, and he is like a master control. It's like a senior control, So that day they were making a special control, and during the special control, they always have a senior control. And he was the senior control who controlled me. So he realized that the ticket, this is his job, to see if there's no mistake on the ticket. But he realized that the person who gave me the ticket made a mistake. He who wrote the ticket made a mistake.
Ah, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
But I think instead of writing B, they wrote R or something. This was a mistake.
Yeah.
But the price was a B ticket. Because the A ticket you can't drive early in the morning.
Yeah.
You see? But then he wasted a lot of my time. But at that day I was very patient. I'm not a patient person, but that day I was very patient. So if I would have thought, he's racist, maybe I would have been very angry, at that moment and say some things, But I think most people also experience this and they think, he's racist. But at that moment, he's not racist. Maybe this is his job. He's a specialist person for this job. And that's why he wasted enough time, because he needs to check you thoroughly. Not you personally, but you're checking thoroughly to see if there's no mistake. Sometimes the mistake, he will not even blame you for it. But he's going to blame the people at the office. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that, being a black person in Europe, we don't really recognize it. And we take everything in general as racism, Yeah. So the next one should be parties, going to parties, It's a big deal in Africa, in Germany, being an African and going to a party. I've been to so many parties that I've been bounced. Yeah, I've been to so many parties that I've been bounced, The moment you get there, they will point you in the queue and they will tell you it's full. But I wasn't the only one. They didn't do it to just a black person.
No, they are doing it to all the
All
foreigners.
all the foreigners. So for me, I feel like this is the typical racism, because why are they bouncing like this? But then when I think back also, it doesn't, let's be honest. For me, I like being honest. It doesn't happen in Europe only. It happens in Africa too.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it happens there.
How?
The people who go to party will tell you. Let's just say who go to club will tell you.
Yeah.
It happens there also.
What are they doing?
When you are going to club, sometimes they bounce you. They will tell you, go back.
Why?
Yeah.
Maybe because you are alone and there are too many men?
No, the security is just looking at you and they just tell you, go back. You can't say anything. It's normal. They will bounce you. You can't say anything, So I think some of these things, when you look at it, sometimes you might feel like it's racism why they choose you to go out. But I've also seen German boys being bounced before. Not all the clubs, but some clubs.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Do you think if there is a German security guy and he prefers his own people,
Yeah.
he let German people come and he's bouncing all of
Foreigners.
the other
It
people.
happens. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is a
Do you
typical
think he's a
racism.
racist, or do you
Yes.
think that he just prefers his own people?
He's racist.
Okay, and if a Turkish guy would do this?
If a Turkish guy would do this,
Yeah.
then I think he's being controlled by racists.
What?
Yes. Let's
I
be
don't
honest
think
here.
so.
Look, if you go to a party, and I've been to Düsseldorf or so many places before where I was bounced, and the Turkish guy at my back was bounced, and the German guy next to me was bounced. You know, it was normal. They didn't want that. The guy told me because of my, I was wearing something and it was against their rules because it was like a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yes, it was against their rule. And so he bounced like maybe some German guys also.
Just,
you know,
just men or women?
we men. I've not seen them bounce women before, men. You know, but also I went to a place like a typical bar to buy a drink. I was sitting in front of the bar. After the drink, I bought a couple of drinks. Then I wanted to go inside the bar to use their washroom, and I was bounced. Yes, I was bounced. They didn't allow me to enter. It became an argument, and they called police. And the police came there. You know, this is typical racism.
Yeah.
They just don't want to see a black person there. You know,
This is crazy.
yeah. It happens, you know, in this country. So, being a black person, I think sometimes you have to be emotionally strong
Yeah, of course.
to survive in Germany. You have to be emotionally strong, you know, because some of the things you go through sometimes is not so easy. And if you're not careful, you will do something and the law will catch up on you and you become the victim again.
I think you also have to control your anger.
Anger, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, for example, if I went to a restaurant and I asked, if is this pork? And then they said, no, why? I said, yeah, because I'm a Muslim. I don't, no? It's I can't eat it. And then they were looking at me like,
Okay.
and then I was like, okay, what is your problem? Like, why does it affect you if I don't eat it?
Yeah.
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 But they have a problem with it. They want you to be like them.
Yeah, you're right. You know, that's what I'm saying, that sometimes the feeling, you know, if you're not emotionally strong, you will do something, then you become the problem or you become the victim because, you know, this country, once you do something physically, you become the problem. I think early last year or this year, I read on the internet, there were these two Nigerian guys, they went to party in Düsseldorf. And before they went, they booked the club actually. They book, you know, you can book and pay online.
Like a
A
reservation.
reservation. And they
Okay.
paid for the gate, everything online.
Yeah.
And then when they got there, they got bounced.
What?
Yes, they got bounced. They didn't allow them to enter. And then, you know, Nigerian guys, they don't have the patience for this. And then it became an argument. And they fought and they beat them mercilessly. One almost died.
Oh.
One of them almost died.
One of the Nigerians?
Yeah, he almost died. Yeah, he almost died. Yeah. So you see, these are
But I
typical.
understand. I mean,
I understand his emotions
Yeah.
that you didn't allow you to enter, you paid everything. But
Yeah.
I think another day you can go back home and request for your money. You know, you don't have to fight because fighting there, look, if you go to court, they have the witnesses. You don't have the witness. You know, I've been a victim before in a club, had a fight. Then they off all the CCTV cameras. They said they didn't have it. And then I know there's a CCTV camera in the club.
The video.
Yes, there are videos. They told the court they didn't have it.
What?
Yeah, they told the court the CCTV camera wasn't working.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like this, you know, if you don't have patience, they will attack you. They will these people they are well-trained securities. They have weapons, you know. They will hit you with weapons, spray your face, and then at the end of the day, if you're not careful, you will die. Or if you even don't die, you stay in the hospital for 6-7 months, you know. So it's always a way that, you know, for me, I feel like it's better to be patient, you know. And yeah, it's sad. Being a black person in Europe or Germany is not easy. But sometimes if you hold yourself strong and hold your head high, you have to think that, oh, I'm better than this. These are one of the things that kept me going. I always think, I'm better than the situation, you know. I don't have to fight. I will go back and I'll find a better place and spend my money.
Because you have patience.
Yeah.
Not all of us are like this.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, first of all, if you fight, your night is going to spoil.
Yeah.
They will spoil your night. And what else would you do? You go back home hurt. And then next time police letter is coming. That night when my incident with the bar, when the police came, they told me, they said, yeah, these people, they are not so nice, you can't say that, you can't tell they are not nice people. I think it's better you go home. This was a policewoman who told me this. He said, I think it's better you go home.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, because they even then themselves, they can't save you. At that moment, they can't do anything. They know their people, they know how they are. So I think, being a black person in Europe is actually not easy. It's not easy. And you just have to hold your head high and be strong,
So we talked about most of the German people, how they treat you. What about the foreigners?
Yeah, the foreigners is also one of the, they're also one of the, I wouldn't say, would I say call them also racist? Some of the foreigners are nice, really friendly foreigners,
Most of them are.
Most of them are nice, but not entirely. I've seen also some experiences where an African guy was attacked by a Turkish young boy, but they are young anyway, because of a girl,
Yeah, they are doing it to their own people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, and also, but like foreigners being racist is really not a common thing. Some of them are not friendly though, but I think it's some people's nature that they are not friendly. But I wouldn't say the foreigners are racist. Most of the foreigners are nice, and it's easy to get along with the foreigner outside than a German person. I used to have a lot of German friends, but once I realized that when they are drunk, they talk a lot. They will buy you beer. They will talk a lot. The next time they see you, they don't know you anyway. Or even when their friends are coming, or maybe their female friends are coming, they act like they don't know you anyway. Yeah. So I think it's a thing like this. So for me, I feel like it's better to be around a foreigner where we can all drink. He can even call me Buddha before we are all living,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I would really like to know how other people are thinking about this, like their opinion.
Yeah. You're right. Anybody who have a different opinion can also write it on the comments under the comment section, But that is my opinion that I think the foreigners, most of them are nice. Not all of them. Some of them are very rude. Some of the foreigners are also rude. Yeah. They are very rude. Some of them are very rude. But these things are not something. It's part of human nature. Yeah. As much as we are all human, sometimes I think these things can happen. But when the person is not so mean to you, as in being racist to you, because racism is something that can really hurt you. Yeah. So I remember I went somewhere, and it was a bar or something, and then these German boys, they told me, one time he was watching football with African nation, Nigeria, and Germany was playing, and Nigeria, the Germans, they have a funny way of calling them. Yes, some of the Germans, they have a funny way of calling them. They call them they said the Deutsche was playing against the niggers. I mean, this is what the person said. That he told me that his father said this. Yeah. He said,
What did you say?
I was shocked. But what could I say? What could I say?
You didn't say anything?
What would I say? He said he didn't say it. He said that's what his father said. That the Germans are playing against
Yeah.
It was sad. But, for me, I think these are some of the things that we black people go through in Europe, and all my black people out there, all my black family out there, we should all be strong, This is not our home country, but it's like a home country to us. As much as we are living here, we do everything here, and these things are always going to be part of us, So we should just live and be happy, Yeah. And to all my fans out there, please don't forget, subscribe to Lane's Podcast on YouTube. Whenever you watch us, comment, let us feel you. Let us know how you feel about these programs, and how some of the things probably we do that you guys don't, like it, you guys can help us to correct it, So you should always comment. And thank you guys for watching, And don't forget, look for Send Waves Money Transfer app. Download it. Go and use my promo code Evans and make some small cash for yourself. Thank you all. God bless.
Bye
Bye.
bye.